Distance Nerding.
Hey! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Woo! We are live again. It is time. Oh, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding. I am your boy, Young Phil. They're the Shadoo. He's the Jamez 5000. And we're here.
And we're here to nerd together.
Together.
For the 280th time.
280. There you go.
Damn.
Talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you are currently watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Just listen on any podcast app and drop us a 5-star review, guys. It really does help us out. It makes us that we can get out there and get more viewers in here, and you guys can be talking with more people amongst yourselves in the chat and having all the fun. Let's do this, guys. Of course, we're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok at Distance Nerding. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we got merch, people. That's right. Woo. That's right. We got merch, people, and so can you. All you got to do is head over to our amazing new website, www.streamlabs.com/distance-nerding/merch, and get some of that sweet Distance Nerding merch. Dungeon Crawler Carl shirt coming soon.
I still need.
And if you don't want to type,
I will.
If you don't want to type, just go to our Instagram at Distance Nerding, and the link is right there in the bio.
That's right. You can go over to link in the bio, and you can get yourself over to that merch store and get you some of that merch. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to get into the main, whole thing that we wait for all week. Ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the worst kept secret on all of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding. Fun times.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Right. Well, let's jump into this. James, let everybody know what do we got on deck this week?
DC absolutely hits with some animation news. Daredevil debuts some new drip. Is Barbie a mutant? Tons of animation news and so much more. All brought to you in Infinity Vision. Infinity Vision. It's back. More Infinity Vision.
More Infinity Vision. But before we get into all of that, all the fun things that we've got going on this week, let's talk about our sponsor. James, who's bringing us the show this week?
Check out Colossus Girl Entertainment fan-focused Comic-Cons around the West Coast, including Beaver State Comic-Con, Metal Art Comic-Con, Animedford, Tri-Cities, Silver Age Comic-Con, and Gem State Comic-Con. Comic-Cons, cosplay, vendors, artists, celebrity guests, and so much more. Visit ColossusGirlENT.com and plan your next Comic-Con.
Hell yeah, guys. And coming up soon, in about 2 weeks, we're going to be in at Silver Edge Comic-Con, guys, and it's going to be a whole bunch of fun. Get ready for that and ready for some content coming out of that. So, guys, with that all being said, let's jump into all the segments, all the fun things that we got going on. Let's talk about the download here, guys, and rounding off the news that we got here. We're starting off with straight from Jay Jonah. Is that the sound you want, James?
Yes, I guess. I'm your Michael Winslow from Police Academy. All right.
Okay. This
Phil got possessed.
This is our way of like messing with James because he's just like, there's supposed to be a noise. There's no noise. There's a noise. Where was the noise? Classic Coke Daredevil suit or Coke Zero Daredevil. That's right. A fresh look at Charlie Cox wearing Daredevil's latest MCU costume has surfaced, giving fans their first glimpse at another redesign for the Man Without Fear. One fan on X summed up that side of the debate by saying, "I don't give a single shit about comic accuracy. This looks fucking awesome. Not just the color composition, but they made it less armored." I mean, the armor look is cool. I mean, why does everybody hate on the armor? Like, in all reality, do you think dudes are running around in just leather and that's it?
just spandex, right?
But
Yeah, cool.
The way he moves, it's kind of like Nightwing. Like if you see an armored up Nightwing, you're like, you're supposed to be more of an acrobat type guy.
But there are versions of Nightwing where he has armor and he still moves the same way.
And I don't like it.
All right.
Yeah, and I mean, Daredevil is a little bit more visceral, I think, than the Nightwing. So
he's definitely. I mean, they both essentially use the same weapon, but I mean, like it's.
I mean, yeah,
they're both. They're both brutal as all hell. Daredevil Born Again season 3 will reportedly feature roughly 1 year, a 1 year time jump. Sorry, that tongue twisted me for a second.
Are you okay, Phil?
No, I'm not. Opening the door for some major changes when the story picks back up. Does Daredevil's newest MCU suit work for you, or would you rather see Marvel finally give Matt Murdock the classic all red costume straight from the comics? I really am not okay. Daredevil Born Again season 3 is tentatively scheduled to premiere on Disney Plus in March 2027. So you guys have seen the picture of the suit. What do you guys think of it?
I'm looking at it right now. I think it's really cool. The
black
and red.
That's cool. For all of it, for all of the it should be armored or whatever. I like it. It's cool.
I dig it. Yeah. I don't know why people have a problem with it. Are people just looking for the classic suit? Is that what it is?
That's kind of what it is. A lot of times people are just wanting that. They either want the classic suit or they're hating on the color scheme. And it's like, I mean, what's the point in hating on it? I mean, I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
That looks very MCU-ish. You know, how the cuts and how the lines are. It looks very MCU-ish.
And I mean, it's got a almost carbon fiber look to it, so I can see that's probably why a lot of people don't like that look. Is this this carbon fiber look to the costumes that have been coming in as of late?
Yeah,
it's cool. It's better than over designed. So
true.
It's not straight black leather like early X-Men movies. So
God, that was and that's terrible. That stuff is bad.
Well, I mean, I know that Frey would be excited to see Matt Murdock in all black leather, but
your mom would be excited to see Matt Murdock in nothing at all. So
yeah, well, All right, moving on. So
anyway, let's not talk about my mom's.
So that happened.
All right, let's move on to the next story here. To me, my X-Men 97 season 2. Marvel Studios has unleashed a brand new trailer for X-Men 97 season 2. And while it doesn't spoil too much, it offers plenty of exciting moments that hint at the next chapter of the animated series. Between Apocalypse stepping into the spotlight, a quick showcase of Polaris, and a handful of revealing episode titles, fans have a lot to dig into before the new season arrives. As exciting as the trailer itself is, one of the biggest details might actually be Marvel's release of the complete list of season 2 episode titles. X-Men 97 season 2 premieres on Disney Plus on July 1st, with the first 3 episodes launching together. So what are your guys' thoughts on kind of the trailer itself, but then the reveal of the titles, which I'm going to say on the stream here in a second?
I'm super interested in this. I mean, again, I love X-Men 97. I love how they continued and made the cartoon that we know a little bit grittier, a little bit more leveled up. I totally appreciate that. And honestly, them going this bold for season 2 and taking the team and splitting it into like 3 different like time eras, I was a little skeptical about it, but honestly, I do love what X-Men 97 is doing. I'm just like, take me for the ride. I want to see what's going to happen. I'm just going to trust that the story will work itself out, because it's pretty big that they're taking 3 big stories and mashing them together somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and really, man. I mean, so the names of the episodes here, just in order of when they're going to be released. So on the 1st, Days of Future Past, A Force to Be Reckoned With, and Rise of
actually, sorry, it's Days of Past Future.
Okay, yeah, Days of Past Future.
Yeah,
A Force to Be Reckoned
With might be important there.
Rise of Apocalypse Part 1, and those are all going to be on on July 1st, which it looks like they're splitting the release of Rise of Apocalypse, just because they're going to give you that cliffhanger on July 1st. July 8th, Rise of Apocalypse Part 2. July 15th, Weapon X Lies and DVDs.
Very 90s.
Very, very, very late 90s. But I mean, I guess, 97. So that does make sense. It was like when DVDs were first coming out.
By the way, it's a play on the movie Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Yeah.
So it's Weapon X Lies
and DVDs. Right.
Yeah.
Danger.exe, which again, I hope that's a Mojo episode. That's going to be on July 22nd. On July 29th, Strange Land Savage Heart, which that means they're going to be adapting the Savage Heart storyline, which is going to be fucking great. On August 5th, we're getting The Dead Man's Hand. Am I getting what I want? I think I am. On August 12th, it's Survival of the Fittest as the season finale. I've mentioned on this show more than once, Apocalypse is my favorite villain. And of all of Apocalypse's storylines, my favorite storyline is Survival of the Fittest. So the fact that they are doing Survival of the Fittest, just in the name alone, I'm so excited to see how they do that adaptation. Survival of the Fittest, they forced the Brotherhood and the X-Men to team up together to stop Apocalypse.
Fun. Yeah, it looks good. I can't wait for it. I mean,
that sounds awesome.
A few hours.
I mean, yeah, we are adapting a lot, but they did it in the first season, did it well. So
right. It was very good. Any other thoughts before we move on to the next? I
hope it drops at midnight because I'll stay up to see if it'll drop.
This is James's reason to stay up so that his kids are sleeping.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next story here, guys. Oh, did I go to the wrong? I did go to the wrong page. Sorry. There we go. My tingle is tingling. Peter Tingle. Yeah, that Peter Tingle. The promotional tour for Spider-Man Brand New Day is ramping up and the cast is finally starting to peel back. Tom Holland, Zendaya, Sadie Sink, and Jacob Batalon recently sat down with Fandango. The interview offered a few fun teases that have fans speculating. So one of the more unexpected talking points involved Hulk. During the conversation, the cast joked about a possibility of the gamma-powered giant appearing in a color other than his traditional green. Do you guys think it's going to be Gray Hulk? Because we've seen all the shit about Gray Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's going to be any other colors?
He may have purple pants on.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, yeah, we can go, like, what colors we got here?
Yeah, they did mention that he is going to have the purple pants in this. So, I mean, like, I think what I think would be cool is if we got regular Hulk, but then you get the Psyche split, and then you see Gray Hulk come out of that, and we get both versions.
Ooh, Chartreuse Hulk.
Chartreuse Hulk.
More of a mauve.
Yeah, a mauve. Yeah.
Yeah, like a burgundy Hulk.
A burgundy Hulk. Stay classy, New York. Another reveal touched on one of the movie's most intriguing additions. Frank Castle, since John Bernthal's Punisher is famous for dropping plenty of colorful language, fans have wondered how that would work in a PG-13 Spider-Man movie. Holland shared a pretty hilarious solution. According to the actor, every time Frank starts gearing up to unleash a sting of profanity, Spider-Man simply shoots a web over his mouth.
That's great.
He's gonna have no lines. There's gonna be no lines.
That's a good way to do that. But I'm waiting for when you have that that inevitable team up between Deadpool and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And like, how do you stop Deadpool from cussing? He's wearing a mask. Putting. Oh my God! What would make that actually funnier is if Spider-Man did the same thing to Deadpool. And he's like, "How is this making me not talk?"
Yeah. I think they're allowed one F-bomb. Maybe we'll save that.
In PG-13, you are allowed one F-bomb.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. As for Sadie Sink, the actress has become something of a professional secret keeper while making the press rounds, but she did offer a brief tease. It was so exciting. I grew up watching these movies. to join the MCU was very surreal. I really like the character I'm playing, and that's all I'll say.
Dang.
Uh,
She's got on lock.
Yeah, but I mean, again, according to Daniel RPK, she's Jean Grey. That's all we know.
Yeah.
He said definitively and officially, she is Jean Grey.
I mean, all signs are pointing.
I will believe it when I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking smack because
we
can go either way with Daniel RPK. Sometimes he's 100% on the money. Sometimes he just like throws stuff out there to throw people off the trail. So it's kind of hard to guess whether Daniel RPK is just trolling people or if he's like really putting a spoiler out there like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. As for Sadie, I already said that. Spider-Man Brand New Day is officially scheduled to release in movie theaters on July 31st, 2026. Are you guys ready to go see it?
It's in a month. That's nuts.
Yeah, I know. And quick side note on here, we'll talk about this in a little bit. Have you guys either of you seen Supergirl?
Not yet. We're planning on seeing it. It was a big weekend for the kids and dance recitals, but we plan on seeing it. We just rewatched Superman last night. So
nice.
We could be seeing it this weekekend. So
I'll wait until we get to the section because we're going to talk about it. But yeah, I saw it this weekend. It was I loved it. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Okay, so this is a little bit of a weird tingle, as if the Peter tingle wasn't weird to begin with. According to Daniel Reichman, Daniel RPK, who I was just talking about on Patreon, Shocker is set to appear in the film. That report was backed up by My Time to Shine Hello on X, who shared the simple but fitting message: Shocker will appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Very shocking.
Shocking. Yeah, that is shocking.
Michael Mando has already confirmed to reprise his role as Scorpion, joining an already dangerous lineup that includes Boomerang, Tarantula, Tombstone, The Hand, and an as yet unidentified main villain. Fans will remember that Homecoming featured two different versions of Shocker. Logan Marshall Green first, played by Jackson Bryce, who briefly took on the identity before Adrian Toomes, aka Vulture, accidentally killed him. Right. The gauntlets were then passed to Bokeem Woodbine, his version of Herman Schultz, who this is a good way to get both versions of Shocker in the movie. Kind of give you an explanation of it. But Herman Schultz gets it, who used the upgraded tech during a memorable fight with Spider-Man at Peter Parker's high school before ultimately being defeated and arrested by the NYPD.
That's the dude from Onyx, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? Do you think we're gonna get another version of Shocker? Do you think we get Bokeem Woodbine back? Like, what do you guys think is gonna happen here?
I think it's gonna be Bokeem Woodbine.
Mm-hmm.
Woodbine.
I think they put him in that role for a reason. Like, they didn't make him the first Shocker; they made him the second version of Shocker for a reason. So right. I think we'll see him back. It'll be a nice callback to the very first movie.
I think what's going to happen is, so what we know is at the beginning of the movie, they're going to have like a whole montage of Spider-Man and what he's been doing. Cause basically the whole idea is that he's been focusing on being a hero because he can't be like really Peter Parker anymore because nobody knows that he's Spider-Man or anything like that. So he just kind of goes full in on being Spider-Man. And there is a montage scene at the beginning of the movie of him fighting villains. I think it's going to be that callback where you just see Shocker gets out of jail and then Spider-Man puts him right back into jail.
Yeah.
Because in those kind of montages, that's like a funny montage, like addition into a montage you can do that makes sense for that movie.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, it'd be great is if they did that montage to Slam by Onyx. That'd be great.
Bam! Let the boys be boys. That'd be so good.
Throw it out there.
It'd be so good. That's actually perfect. I really hope that's what they do because that's also another like fourth wall break.
Yeah,
referencing the fact that Bokeem Woodbine is part of Onyx,
and it would put Onyx as canon in the MCU.
That's true.
That's
That's
cool.
true.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Yeah, I'm up with that. Spider-Man Brand New Day swings into theaters on July 31st, and tickets are on sale right now.
In Infinity Vision.
In Infinity Vision.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Just kidding. It's not in Infinity Vision.
This next story is pretty exciting. This rumor feels like witchcraft.
Hell
A
yeah.
new Marvel rumor is circulating that Elizabeth Olsen could be stepping back into the MCU in a much bigger way than fans expected. According to insider My Time to Shine H, Marvel Studios reportedly has major plans for Wanda as the MCU moves deeper into the Mutant Saga. The scooper claims not only will Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Maximoff return, but she's also set to be one of the main leads and villains of the Mutant Saga. It makes a lot of sense. As much as everybody complains about House of M, they're like, oh, well, they've done reverse House of M. They haven't done anything House of M. You guys are all complaining over something that hasn't happened. The whole thing with this is like, this would be kind of a character that you fight along with this, and especially if it turns out she's Magneto's daughter, which I mean, they've shown her father in this, but I mean, there's like ways to kind of like retcon and make that work. You know what I mean? Especially when it's all reality bending and everything like that. With all that being said, I know Elizabeth Olsen has said that she still has a contract. There are still projects that she is still supposed to be a part of. Whether that was the I was going to say mutants, but no, zombies, as well as the inevitable appearance in Vision Quest. It's hard to say whether that is the appearances that she has left on her contract. I feel like there's more to it, and she seems like she's up to do more MCU roles as far as like the way she's talked about it. Talking with a friend of the show, Joe Deckelmeyer, in LA last year, she was pretty excited about like wanting to return to Marvel. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
I think can I just throw something out there? I mean, it didn't happen this way in the comics, but I think there's going to be a little bit of a redemption arc for her. And I think between her and Franklin, I think they're going to be the ones to like put things back together somehow, or at least remake one universe that is kind of cohesive, versus just living in Battle World kind of thing. I think they're going to be the ones. It's like she's going to have this weird like redemption arc type thing.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this next story here. Too bad. Oh, and actually we have more stuff. Marvel Studios hasn't officially confirmed Olsen's return, which less revealed what Wanda's future looks like. In the Children's Crusade, I said that right. Children's Crusade, Doom manipulates Wanda following the devastating events of House of M, hoping to gain control of her reality warping abilities. The MCU has never officially identified Wanda as a mutant, but many fans believe that's only a matter of time now that Marvel is preparing to fully embrace the X-Men. Until Wanda says no more rumors, we'll have to keep speculating on all this stuff. So as of right now, again, I'm speculating based on what's going on in Hollywood, and then again what still can be done with storylines from the comics. So Avengers Doomsday is currently scheduled to hit theaters on December 18th. That'll be here a lot sooner than you guys will even notice.
In Infinity Vision.
All right.
All right, let's jump into the next story here. Sorry. Boom. Next story here. With her flat heels, is Barbie a mutant?
Barbie's a mutant.
I think she is. Somebody mentioned earlier Barbie's a mutant because she has like 30 different jobs and she does them all at once.
Yeah. Okay, but those are different. Whatever.
According to Scooper, My Time to Shine Hello, Margot Robbie is being considered to play Emma Frost in Marvel's upcoming X-Men reboot. Sydney Sweeney has been at the center of recent reports, but this new name has now entered the conversation, and it's a major one. So which do you guys see playing Emma Frost?
I would honestly vote for Margot Robbie. I can see that.
Yeah. I think I mentioned
yeah.
this before in the past. My issue with Sydney Sweeney is not that she's a bad actress in any way. Sorry. Not that she's a bad actress or anything like that. But more, I don't feel like she commands a room the same way.
She doesn't really do those kind of characters.
I mean, it's not to say that she like doesn't have this hidden range that we don't know about.
It's just yeah.
Like I just feel like between the two, I think Margot Robbie is more of that I command presence when I walk in the room kind of person.
Yeah, and we want somebody with presence. That's
Right.
really the important thing about Emma.
Whenever I think of Emma, I think of Emma being an adult. I don't see her being like a teenage or young 20ish, young girl or woman, which is kind of what I see Sydney Sweeney as. She's isn't she still on Euphoria? Isn't that like a high school show? So
yeah, but she's in college now, and she's doing OnlyFans, and that's like the whole thing that everybody's been like freaking out about her character in this season. It's because she's got like an OnlyFans, and she's doing like all kinds of like fetish stuff and all that on the OnlyFans in the show. So it's like
okay, added
cool,
to the
whatever.
must-watch list. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know right now that show is fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
But no, I kind of want Margot Robbie to be Emma Frost.
Yeah. I put a poll up in the chat right now. So, between the two guys, do you guys prefer Margot Robbie or do you guys prefer Emma Frost? So, I'm sorry, or Sydney Sweeney. Right. Let's go ahead and vote on that, guys. But yeah,
again, Phil's doing great tonight.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I'm brain farting so much, but I am. So just deal with it. So Emma Frost has been one of Marvel Comics' most compelling X-Men characters since making her debut in the Uncanny X-Men in number 129 back in 1980. Originally introduced as an antagonist, she eventually evolved into one of the X-Men's most important allies. She was also part of one of the teams at one point too. So I mean, Emma Frost and she's also been a love interest for Scott, because every girl in X-Men is a love interest for Scott, even though even though he just abandons his children all the time.
Yeah, he abandons everyone.
Right.
It's just everyone.
Wow.
So no date for the X-Men reboot, but Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming July 31st.
But maybe a date for Scott. All right. So
it's going to be another date for Scott. Because that's what we need is more dates for Scott. All right. So let's move into my last Marvel related story. I want to say segment, but it's like we're in a segment. I really am broken right now. A new title in Infinity Vision. Infinity Vision. Disney is making a major push to elevate the theatrical experience for its biggest movies, and the studio's new Infinity Vision initiative is generating serious interest from exhibitors around the world. The premium large format branding, which Disney first unveiled at CinemaCon earlier this year, is being positioned as a way to help goers easily identify some of the best screens available when purchasing tickets for blockbuster releases. While formats like IMAX, Dolby Cinema, and 4DX will continue to be marketed separately, Infinity Vision is designed to shine a spotlight on premium auditoriums that deliver a high-end viewing experience but don't fall under those specific brands. The program's first major test will arrive with the re-release of Avengers Endgame, which now officially carries the title Avengers Endgame Encore.
All right.
Cool.
What are your guys' thoughts?
I still don't know exactly what
I don't know what this is. Like, what is this even? Because it's widescreen.
Well, it's not any new, from what I heard, it's not any new technology. It's just like a standard. It's like, hey, you got to have this big of a screen, this type of sound,
Okay.
and something else. But it's like
So it's
this
just
is our
like,
standard.
hey, here's a list of
Yeah.
what this. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing like
I guess that's
11.1.
useful.
They're probably doing like
Yeah.
11.1 surround sound, which is a thing. That's a real thing. 11.1 surround
Yeah.
sound is a real thing. A lot of like big theaters will have that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's good they're standardizing it. That seems useful.
Yeah. So let's kind of dig into this a little bit. According to Deadline, fans who see the movie in Disney's new Infinity Vision large format will get much more than a standard re-release. Those screenings will feature a custom introduction, additional new footage, and a special end tag exclusive for Infinity Vision and IMAX releases. At the time of writing, it still isn't clear which theaters will be offering the Infinity Vision presentation, so fans may want to keep an eye on theater listings once tickets become available. According to Disney, more than 7,500 screens worldwide have already applied for Infinity Vision certification. The company is currently working through a verification process ahead of the release. Wow, this is a lot more complicated than I was envisioning it was going to be. The studio officially launched
Infinity envisioning.
Infinity Envisioning. The studio officially launched the Infinity Vision ticketing hub, infinityvisiontickets.com, giving audiences a centralized destination for finding participating theaters. The program's first major test will arrive with the re-release of Avengers Endgame Encore, which now officially carries the title Avengers Endgame Encore. On September 25th. The Avengers Doomsday arrives in theaters on December 18th.
All right.
So all this information, with all this information that I just dropped, does it entice you guys to want to go and see it in Infinity Vision?
I'm intrigued. I think this is a way for
Disney to make more money.
Well, Disney to make money, but also like for
always,
for theaters that don't have an IMAX screen, a way for them to level up, if that makes sense. Like maybe they don't have room for an IMAX screen, but they have a really good sound system, really good projectors, and they can get certified as Infinity Vision, And this whole thing about doing exclusives. There's going to be, custom introduction, additional new footage, and a special end tag. Come on. Of course, I want to see it in Infinity Vision now, just for that.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that. By the way, the last poll we did, 100% went to Margot Robbie. So everyone was saying Margot Robbie over Sydney Sweeney. I just put another poll up. Will you be seeing Endgame in Infinity Vision? If I could vote, I would be saying yes.
Yes, we are the arbiters of truth on the internet. So, of course, that is objectively true.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Well, that was the last story I had for Straight from Jay Jonah. So, Shadu, I believe you're taking over for.
I am. This is a non-hostile takeover.
So. What the hell?
Right.
I guess I didn't put it up. Okay, never mind. There you go.
Hey.
We are now getting to watching the Watchtower. All right, go ahead.
Yes. All right. So apparently Kryptonite can affect the box office. Warner Brothers and DC Studios were hoping Supergirl would build on the momentum created by last year's Superman. Instead, the film has stumbled out of the gate, delivering one of the biggest disappointments of the summer and putting the newly launched DC universe in an uncomfortable position much sooner than expected. So Phil, you've seen this.
Yes.
So what do you think?
I thought it was great. Here's the thing. There are kind of like small things with it, but I mean, for the most part, the majority of the quibbles that people are complaining about online are honestly non-factor things. This movie is getting the same kind of treatment that Masters of the Universe is getting, where Masters of the Universe is a great movie that is getting really good reviews on on both fans from both fans and critics, but the thing is that it's just not doing well monetarily, right,
and that's all that really matters in the end, unfortunately.
But the thing is that what it seems like is a lot of these studios, because the Warner Brothers reaction so far has been almost the same as Amazon's reaction to Masters of the Universe not doing well in theaters, is they're not looking at it like, okay, it's not doing financially well in theaters, but that means that it's a failure. They're looking to the future. And I think a lot of what Warner Brothers is doing is saying, okay, it's not doing well. I mean, the thing is that when everybody's complaining about it's not doing well, it's because it's not doing as well as people want it to.
Right.
Or they're comparing it to other like movies and saying, well, this movie did this, but this one didn't do this.
Like we're going to get to that in a second with
Right.
how it is still doing pretty well. It's just not.
Like it's still doing well, but the thing with it is, as far as like what Safran and Gunn have been talking about, is this is a building block. What they're doing is building a universe. Marvel did not take off immediately when it first came out. This is their way of kind of like world building or like universe building, so that, you know, down the line, you know, maybe it might make more money, but for the most part, they're telling a cohesive story. And I think that's what the priority is. He-Man's doing the same thing. Amazon, they're looking at it like, okay, it didn't make a lot of money, but we're still greenlighting the sequel because they built the world. Next movie, we can expand on it. And you know, they're not looking at it as a failure because they know that fans enjoyed it, and they know that they're probably going to get massive rewatches on once they release it for digital.
And that is a really important thing, is, you know, theaters are only so important now. Too, a lot of people are doing streaming. A lot of people are, you know, going to be watching it at home, and so that will help to offset things. They probably are aware of, like, well, you know, it's not doing as well as we thought it would in theaters, but people are going to watch it in other places,
right?
So, but speaking of how well it's doing in theaters, the film opened with just $37 million domestically and $67 million worldwide, which is well below expectations for a superhero movie, carrying a reported $170 million production budget. So it's adding, then we're going to add another estimated $120 million in global marketing costs, and the numbers become difficult to ignore. Current projections estimate Supergirl will finish with around $100 million domestically and somewhere between 200 and 210 worldwide. So, you know, I mean, it's not doing terrible, but it is doing terrible in comparison to its budget. But, like, again, it's not doing terribly, and a lot of people are still not really turning out for theaters and things. So I would expect that to go up a little, you know, significantly when we get to streaming and things. But summer competition is about to intensify. We have the new Minions movie of Minions and Monsters, the live action Moana. The Odyssey is coming out pretty soon, and then Brand New Day is coming out in a month, as we mentioned. So that is going to make it difficult for Supergirl to generate the kind of strongholds it really, really needs. So why do we think this is? Why do we think it's not making as much as was expected?
I think part of it is because these movies aren't 100%, you know, Y-rated, you know, for kids movies, because they're meant to bring in a wider swath of audience. Parents aren't immediately going, hey, let's go see Supergirl. They're going, hey, let's go watch the Minions. Hey, let's go see Toy Story. Hey, let's go see these kids movies. And as of right now, parents, and James can attest to this, parents are the ones who are spending all the money for movies, and they're going to go see movies that their kids want to go see. Not so much the movies that are like, hey, Supergirl is more for, like, you know, teenagers and up, versus Toy Story and Minions is for kids and they want to go and rewatch those movies 1,000 times. I think that's where a lot of that money is coming in. And the thing is if you're trying to tell a particular story, you're not going to compromise just to get more kids in. I think part of that is also like Deadpool is the example where, you know, the reason Fox didn't want to put money to Deadpool is because, well, we can't market this as PG-13, which means we have to market it as rated R. And that's why we don't want to put so much money into this. And then that ended up putting the entire industry on its head. And I think in the end, it is still kind of in that realm of, you know, the industry wants to cater to kids, but parents with kids are the ones who are going to movies and are looking for more kid-friendly stuff It's not the 80s anymore where, the stuff back then was questionable, like would be considered, too vulgar and rough for kids now, right? Stuff back
Right.
then was like, that was marketed for kids was different. Now, things that are marketed for kids are very, very young and innocent and have adult jokes that are hidden in there for the adults to understand, but not for the kids.
Right. And I think Superman was marketed much more kid friendly, probably. I think that's another difference. It's like this has been marketed differently.
It's
Yeah,
odd because
so-
Supergirl, and especially this story, sits in an odd place. It's not for little girls, it's not quite
Right.
for families because it takes on some heavier tones and heavier subject matter. So it's not quite for families, but it's also because it's Supergirl and not Superman and meh,
Right.
it's
Yeah, and I was gonna,
quite
I
for
didn't want to brush
25
past the
year old.
fact that it is also, unfortunately, sexism is still a thing. So
Yeah,
that could be a
so
part of it
it's
too.
just sitting in a weird spot, which, okay, fine, but if it's a good movie, people will turn out for it, and even if they find it later on Max, okay, great, that's fine.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I think for
Yeah.
me, and this is kind of what I've been saying all along with, say, Game of Thrones becoming a movie, versus a longer storytelling series, is that Woman of Tomorrow is a heavy, jam-packed story.
Yeah.
And trying to fit that in a 2-hour movie, I don't know if it works. I haven't seen it yet. I'll let you know by next week. But I hope it does hit. But I hope it doesn't miss on a lot of the storytelling. It's kind of built up with like Ruthie,
I
Yeah.
can tell you it hits all the beats. It's very different from the comic book version. But it does have the same heart and it does have kind of like the same, and there's a lot of growth from all the characters from the beginning to the end. Right. So the whole thing is that story-wise, it was executed great.
Yeah.
There are elements that aren't in there, but again, the story was done really, really well. So I mean, it really does follow Woman of Tomorrow in a way where like spiritually it picks up that story beat and carries it all the way to the finish line.
Gotcha.
If-
Sanju in
if-
the chat is kind of saying the same thing about Thunderbolts. A good movie, but people didn't turn out. Again, I think Thunderbolts, it's heavy subject matter. Even though
Yeah.
it is a superhero movie, it's not as fluffy and friendly and bright
Right.
and people running
Yeah.
around with capes. And it kind of gets heavy, and people may look at it and say like, this isn't for my kids quite yet. So
Right.
let's pause on.
I'm gonna say one more thing, and then we do have to move on. It's and it's kind of going off what Sanju was saying. Is I'm glad that Warner Brothers is plowing ahead too, and they're not like, oh no, the universe is over. They're still like, okay, we're gonna move on, we're gonna keep going, we're gonna see how this goes. I do appreciate that they're not just panicking because it didn't make enough money. So
Right.
yeah.
Easy money. I'll just say this right here real quick. He just said, I want Lobo. Easy money. If you haven't seen the movie yet, man, Lobo steals the show. And when we say that Jason Momoa was born to play Lobo, he proves it in this movie. Lobo is
Nice.
every scene he's in is fucking great. And he's not, again, like he is not playing the character as like Jason Momoa. He is very comic book Lobo. And the only thing that he doesn't do, I'll throw it out there, he does say one of his made up cuss words.
Nice.
But it's not the one that I wanted. That's all I'm gonna say. But it was one of his cuss words. I'm still happy because we got him saying his made up cuss words. So it was great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool.
All right. So we're moving on to is Clayface Breaking Bad? Clayface, DC Studios' first true horror film, revealed that Aaron Paul is in the film, but no one had spilled the beans about which character he plays. According to, I assume this is my time to try hello. Aaron Paul will play Matt Hagen's father in a meaningless cameo Seems strange for an actor with his level of fame, but maybe he just wanted to be a part of it. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, so again, Clayface stars Tom Reese Harry's, yeah. Naomi Aki,
Yeah.
David Dinkick, sure. Max Minghella, Eddie Marsan, Nancy Carroll, and Joshua James. So does Clayface need some bigger Hollywood established names like Aaron Paul, even if it's a meaningless cameo?
That's an interesting point. Like, there's no names in this movie, but if you flip it and say it's a horror movie, a lot of horror movies don't have big name actors in it. So
Right.
I'm kind of okay
Yeah.
with it.
Huh. Yeah, it's odd, but all right, great. I hope Aaron Paul had fun. So Clayface hits theaters on October 23rd of 2026.
I'm excited to see that. Again, it was funny. So the trailer for Clayface came on before Supergirl, and there was a couple that was sitting next to me, older couple. They're they're very much like comic book casuals. They're just kind of like, oh yeah, we know, kind of like some of these stories and whatnot. But as the Clayface trailer comes on, I can just hear them like just retching and just like, oh, that's gross. What is the? Oh my god. And 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 as the trailer ends, I look over at them and I go, he's a Batman villain. And they're like, oh, he is? And I was like, yeah, Clayface is a Batman villain. He's one of the rogues in Batman's rogues gallery. And they're like, oh, it's very, very jarring to see. I was like, especially when you look at that trailer, it is very body horror. So
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. All right, so yeah. So speaking of Batman, Holy Trilogy Batman, Warner Brothers Entertainment and DC have released the first official trailer for Batman Nightfall Part 1, the first chapter in an ambitious 3-film animated adaptation of one of the Dark Knight's most iconic comic book storylines. Fans should prepare for a much darker and more violent take on Gotham City than what we typically see in DC animation. So yeah, this is exciting.
Again, this is a major storyline in the Batman mythos, and I love this. I'm curious how far down the rabbit hole they're going to go with this. Because
it's a trilogy. They got 6 hours to tell this story. I'm stoked. I like that they're like, okay, if we're gonna do one of these major iconic story arcs, let's do justice by it and let's make it as long as it needs to be. Yes.
Well, like I said, like the whole thing with Nightfall is obviously in the comic books, this was the introduction of Bane. At this point, we know a lot more about Bane, but I love that if they're doing Nightfall, they are going to go heavily into how intelligent Bane is. Because he is a very intelligent character. He looks like a big brute, but he is a very intelligent character. When I say how deep down the rabbit hole are they going? So sometimes when they do these animated series, it doesn't stay contained to just the comic book that Nightfall was a part of. You start going into Battle of the Cowl and kind of like, are they going to go into some of the storylines that are immediately after Nightfall? So this is going to be when John Paul Valley takes over as Batman. This is going to be when Dick Grayson stops John Paul Valley because he's too violent and becomes Batman. They've retconned that in the comics at this point, and Damian becomes his Robin. So I mean, like, there's a couple of like different things in the comics that they've done to add to this story, and I'm like, I want to know, are we just getting the breaking of the bat, or are we going to get into there and do, everybody fighting over who becomes the next Batman?
In the trailer, you get to see Nightwing, you get to see Robin, you get to see what's his name, Azrael, Bane. You get to see all of it in there, so you can see that they're building up. So I think they're going to do everything.
Sorry to imagine the first movie is probably breaking the bat, and then we get Battle of the Cowl for the second one. So, and so on and so forth. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. So the upcoming trilogy brings the legendary Nightfall comic book arc from the early 90s to the screen, telling the story of Batman's physical and psychological collapse at the hands of one of his most dangerous villains, Bane. Batman Nightfall Part 1 has officially been rated R for strong bloody violence.
Yeah.
Batman Nightfall Part 1 will be released in late 2026. So yeah,
That's awesome. An R-rated Batman. Let's see it.
It needs to be, especially for this. We need an R-rated Batman.
I'm in.
So-
I'm with it, man. Easy Money in the chat saying he's hoping that Ron Perlman makes a cameo in Batman in Clayface, just because Ron Perlman was the voice of Clayface in the animated series.
Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah.
And then Sanju is saying they think that they should hire Bo DeMaio to do animation at DC. Controversy, all the controversy at Marvel, but he's a very talented writer. I agree. The dude is such a fan of the things that he does. I mean, like there's a lot of controversy behind what was happening behind the scenes, but the dude is a really good writer.
I mean, look at James Gunn.
James Gunn had the same issues at Marvel.
Yeah.
Got let go. Right. DC swooped him up, and there you go. By the way, real quick, I just looked it up, and what's his name? Michael Mando is playing Bane. Michael Mando's also in Spider-Man: Brand New Day playing.
He's playing Scorpion. Yeah.
Hey, do you think that do you think he auditioned for Din Djarin and then they were like, no, that's too much. That's too perfect.
Yeah.
All right, where we gone? So this isn't a joke. During the studio's presentation at the Annecy International Animation Festival, DC Studios and Warner Brothers Animation officially announced Joker Laugh Riot, an anime series that will put the Clown Prince of Crime front and center in what sounds like one of the wildest Batman stories ever conceived. This sounds great. The project is being billed as DC's very first anime series. And I say anime television series. They did do the whole Suicide Squad thing. And Warner Brothers Animation is partnering with Sola Entertainment on the project with Yasuhiro Aoki. I believe that's how you pronounce that. The award-winning director of, is that just Shao? Something like that?
Shao.
I'm sorry, I'm not an anime person. Who also worked on Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, is leading series.
Nice.
We do have a synopsis. So
go for it.
We have a no clowning around opsis. Why so serious synopsis?
No clowning around opsis. Why so serious synopsis?
When Batman is murdered, the Joker launches a ruthless crusade through Gotham's underworld to find the killer who took away his greatest adversary. But as his violent quest for answers pushes him closer towards vigilante than villain, Joker is forced to confront the truth that without Batman, he doesn't know who he is. Well, that's
so
really
interesting.
Cute.
That's 100% the Joker, though. The Joker does not know who he is without Batman.
No, they've got their forbidden romance. I got it.
Yeah,
they're
that's
soulmates.
Awesome. I assume this is some kind of Elseworlds type thing, but I'm totally for it.
Yeah,
I'm totally for it.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Great.
All right, so we have no date about when Joker Laugh Riot will take center stage. So, yeah,
awesome.
There we go.
Did they ever release Batman Aztec?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's on Max.
It's on Max. I gotta watch that. That's because that's my people. But I gotta go check that out. By the way, I'm closing the poll right now. So it's tied between. So what I asked is, did you watch Supergirl and did you enjoy it? The answers I put: I watched it and I loved it. Watched it and I hated it. Haven't seen it. Don't want to. Haven't seen it, but I will soon. Haven't seen it are both tied right now at 40%. And then at 20%, there's watched it and I loved it. I would have voted for watched it and I loved it, but I'm not. I can't vote because
we call that
pull up.
Yeah, we call that voter manipulation, I think. All right, so this is our final story. This is absolutely awesome. DC Studios and Warner Brothers Animation have officially announced that they're developing an animated adaptation of Absolute Batman, the best-selling comic book series from Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta. The Absolute Batman comic launched in 2024 and quickly became one of DC's biggest success stories in recent years. So yeah, this is cool. I didn't know they'd be doing Absolute stuff. So the series has already sold more than 6 million copies, with its first collected volume now reaching an incredible 11th printing. That is crazy.
Nuts.
So if you don't know what Absolute the Absolute Universe is. Absolute Batman reinvents the Dark Knight from the ground up. Bruce Wayne is reimagined as a working-class hero battling overwhelming odds in a Gotham City dominated by wealth, corruption, and power. So the studio also revealed they're developing an untitled animated series centered on Superman's loyal companion, Krypto, because of course they are.
Nice. Have you guys hold on real quick before we dive into
go.
this? Have you read Absolute Batman?
Yes, and I absolutely fucking love it.
Love it.
It's so good.
It is the only thing that I will read. It's so good. That
Other than Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Other than Dungeon Crawler Carl. Yeah, that's true. God damn it, Donut. But Absolute Batman is so good and so interesting. Every single issue reinvents something about the Batman, universe, about the Batman's world, and turns it on its head, but also telling a larger story. And it's so cool how it all works out, and everything is thought out. Nothing is just for shock value. Everything has purpose. It's so good.
Yeah. You guys understand like the reasoning why, because the Absolute Batman universe is in canon. You guys understand like what's going on in the comics for that to happen, right?
Yeah.
So Darkseid basically in order to try and reshape the universe creates a parallel universe where every super character, every DC character has something different that changed the outcome of who they became. And in Batman's particular story, he's poor. But Batman still becomes who he is. He's just more brutal. And he's a freaking and he is and his mom is still alive. His dad dies, but his mom is still alive. And Bruce he's a smith. What is it?
He's just a construction worker.
No, he's not a construction worker. He's like a metalsmith.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Welder?
No, not a welder. I'm trying to remember what it is, but like he makes swords and shit.
a blacksmith.
Blacksmith. That's what I was trying to find. He's a blacksmith.
Okay, cool.
My brain is broken. Right?
Anyway, so what we're saying is he's class warrior Batman.
Yeah, he kind of is. And again, if you have seen all of the stuff that like the artists have put out and all stuff out there, like Bruce Wayne is based as fuck. I'm sorry, like Absolute Batman Bruce Wayne is based as fuck. So
he tries to like overthrow the government at some point. I think like the
so much of that. Yeah, like he the guy who drew the first couple comic books, he drew a picture of Batman beating the shit out of Ice, and there was all kinds of backlash over it.
Yeah, okay, no, that's all right. Yeah, amen. So beyond that, and the Krypto series, so DC, there's more DC animation news. Attendees at Annecy were also treated with new footage and updates for upcoming seasons of Creature Commandos, Batman, Caped Crusader, My Adventures with Superman, Mr. Miracle, DC Superpowers, and Starfire. Nice. Hey, I'm glad the Creature Commandos is coming back. Yay! Yeah, that was very good.
James Gunn said he's not writing season 2. So he said there's somebody else that's writing season 2. So they're picking up where he left off, but he's not doing the writing for it.
Cool. I wonder who that will be. So DC does animation right, and they're continuing to do that with Absolute Batman. So yeah, that is it for
the only. I was gonna say the only backlash that was on Twitter about Absolute Batman getting its own animated series was people saying, "But what about all the other Absolute characters?" And James Gunn replied on Twitter and said, "This is just the beginning. If this does well, we're gonna do every Absolute comic series as an animated series. The whole thing, like basically the idea is each season would be the different characters in the Absolute series, leading to the Ultimate Annihilation, which is like that culmination series, the World Ender series at the end of the Absolute series that they've kind of started up already. So
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, the Night of Matt in the chat saying Absolute Wonder Woman ASAP. I agree. Absolute Wonder Woman is so good.
even Green Lantern is, and it totally flipped Green Lantern and what it means to be a lantern and the different, emotional or color spectrum type stuff. And I still don't quite understand it, but I like it.
Yeah. By the way, half the reason that I got into Absolute Batman was listening to Matt talk about it on Fridays on comicbook.com. So that really got me into that. And then I really got into the rest of them, man. Like, I mean, yeah. Thank you, Matt, because you're the reason I'm into the Absolute universe.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Matt. Shout out. All right, where are we? Are we done with all that?
We are done with all of that news there. So yes, let's get into this next sponsor here, ladies and gentlemen. This show is brought to you by the good folks over at Dubby.
Oh yeah.
W is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration reaction time with no jitters or crash. W contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about W at www.w.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. All kinds of deliciousness and getting into all of that. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the next section here. It's time to get into the headlines with one-shots.
By the way, for more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. Let us know what you're nerding out on.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. First one on the list. Jesus Christ. That's Zendaya Bourne. The Bourne franchise may be preparing for a major evolution, and Zendaya could be at the center of it. According to industry insider Jeff Schneider, Zendaya is being considered to take on the lead role in a rebooted version of the Bourne series, potentially stepping into a franchise long associated with Matt Damon. Zendaya has a huge year ahead. Next month alone, wow, this is crazy. Next month alone, audiences will see her return in Spider-Man Brand New Day and appear in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. And then she's also set to reprise her role as, is it Chani?
It's just Chani, yeah.
Chani in Dune. Oh my gosh. That's so crazy. Neither Universe nor Zendaya has commented on the report, so it should be treated as a rumor until something official is announced. I'm going to call it right now. Zendaya is the biggest box office actor of this year. Those are 3 huge movies.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm going to throw this out there. As huge as she is, the fanboys are going to fanboy about this. They're going to be so pissed off that Zendaya is
and it's going to be really funny.
Zendaya does parkour. But yeah. All right. Moving on. Take your motion sickness meds because we're going back to shaky camera movies. Come on.
Oh no.
I can't handle this anymore.
With Graveyard when you need them.
I know, right? Lionsgate has officially announced that its upcoming Blair Witch Project movie is headed to theaters, bringing the iconic found footage horror franchise back from the shadows. The producing team includes Blumhouse's Jason Blum and Atomic Monsters' James Wan. The next chapter in the Blair Witch saga is set to arrive on September 24th, 2027. Okay, that's cool. I'm down with Blumhouse's and Atomic Monster.
Yeah.
Jason Blum, James Wan being part of this. It's in good hands.
Yeah.
I like the idea of this. I don't know. I don't know if we need another Blair Witch film. Just generally on here. Did we say if this is it doesn't say if it's a reboot or if it's a remake.
But come on, it's Blumhouse, and come on.
No, that's fine, but I'm just like, the Blair Witch movies got really weird when they by the third movie. It was just kind of like, okay, what are you guys doing with this? These are like weird witches now, and like if it's a continuation, I don't know if we need it. If it is a remake of it, then remakes are fine and whatnot, but like at the same time, it takes away the mystique of what it is, because 90% of the reason this movie was so successful is because they marketed it in a way where, like,
do another viral marketing stunt.
Yeah, they'd have to do something that is equally as good as the original.
Yeah.
Just do an arrow, G. Everybody's doing them now.
If anybody's gonna do something that's as good as the original, it's gonna be Blumhouse. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We'll see how this goes.
moving on.
James, yes.
Football is life. Football is magic. Ted Lasso star Nick Mohammed has signed a deal to turn his book series, The Young Magicians, into an animated show. Mohammed is teaming with Blink Industries and BBC Studio Kids and Family on the adaptation, which follows the lives of 4 talented young magicians, Zach, Sophie, Johnny, and Alex, as they uncover secret conspiracies and hidden dangers within London's most exclusive club, the Magic Circle. No release date yet has been revealed.
Has been revelioed.
Revelio. No, that's franchise. That's a franchise. That would be copyright infringement.
Yeah, I had to look it up, and I didn't realize that this was this is Nathan. So I was like, oh god, okay, so this is Nathan's whole thing. Now all I can think of now is Nathan trying to like pitch this to somebody. But like Nathan from season 1 trying to pitch this to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Not Nathan from like the last season where he actually has confidence and he's actually like a good coach. Right? No, Nathan from season 1 where he's like still the towel boy and he's still like really unsure of himself and can't talk to people. Like Nick Mohammed playing Nathan in season 1 pitching the Young Magicians. That's what I want to see. I want to see a video of that like on Audible. That'd be great.
Nice. I think it's cool.
It's cool, yeah.
Book and animated series. Okay.
Yeah. Seems totally adorbs.
Adorbs. I like it.
Totes adorbs.
Right. Speaking of adorbs, I just can't quit you, Yellowstone.
God.
My other tag was gonna be the show moved to Texas, and I know. No, you guys don't know the song? No. All right. Paramount has officially renewed.
Well, I'm glad you picked the one you did.
Continuing the next phase of the Yellowstone universe after the series delivered a massive debut for the streaming platform, serving as both a spin-off and sequel to Yellowstone. The series follows Beth and Rip as they leave Montana behind and attempt to build a new life in South Texas. She's from Texas, I can tell. Of course, peace and quiet were never really in the cards for these characters. The first season of Dutton Ranch is airing now on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, Dutch Ranch is something very different.
Is that a thing? I don't know. Is that a?
Are we talking about Dutch Rudders?
I don't know what a Dutch Ranch is. I'll
tell you what a Dutch Rudder is.
Okay,
he's got to work the shoulder, man.
Easy.
Moving on.
EG.
Before Phil gets us demonetized.
Easy money. You're killing me right now, man. Mexico's 2-0 on the World in the World Cup match right now. All right.
Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico. Let's go.
Tacos for everybody. I like it.
Yeah. This next story, I'm either gonna get really angry or I might be excited. So let's go.
All right, here we go. This is good. Get your helmets ready. 2 years after the Halo TV series was canceled because they took their helmets off, there's a reason for fans to keep their helmets on. Xbox leadership is hinting that Master Chief's live-action journey may not be over. Under the leadership of Xbox CEO Asha Sharma, the company is looking beyond gaming and positioning itself as a broader entertainment brand. That means film and television and adaptations are becoming increasingly important pieces of the overall strategy. Before we get to anything else, young Phil, I know you have issues with the adaptation that was on Peacock, right? Peacock?
Yeah. Or now it's on Netflix. No, it was on Paramount Plus, and now it's on Netflix.
Would you dive in for another Halo series?
I would be willing to give a third season a chance if they fixed it in a way that appeases the fans. So again, I don't need 90% of the show with Master Chief running around without the armor on. I mean, it's not that I don't care about all that. It's just, again, it's not Master Chief. This is like another character. Maybe it's another character that is the rank of Master Chief, but it's not John 117.
Yeah.
Which it is. They've given him the designation. It is John 117. But I mean, like,
It's not your John 11.
I mean, it's
Hashtag
because
not
the thing,
so.
because the thing is again, you can tell a version of this story where he doesn't have to take the helmet off. He doesn't have to take the armor off all the time. And he is still a compelling enough character. Again, the argument that a lot of people made, and I think James actually made this argument at one point, was audiences can't connect with him if he doesn't take the helmet off. Well, that's bullshit, because 90% of The Mandalorian audience connect with Din Djarin, and he's taking his helmet off twice in the show and one more time in the movie. Okay. And that's after what, 3 seasons and a movie, he's taken his helmet off a total of 3 times. So
Yeah.
the whole thing is, you can connect with Master Chief if you tell the right story, right? If again, I like the idea of telling a story of his fire team, right? And the reason why by the games he only does things solo, right? I enjoy that story. You can have them take their helmets off. Leave John's helmet on, because the whole thing is, we don't need to see John without the helmet, or give him a traumatic reason why he will not take it off.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah,
You know,
I think generally the policy with video game adaptations like that is you don't tell the main story, you tell stuff orbiting around it,
yeah, and
or
yeah,
separate things in the universe.
yeah. Again, I like the idea of an origin of Master Chief. You know, I'm okay with that, but I don't want something where, again, he's running around with no armor on. He's running around with no helmet on. Everybody knows what he looks like, but for some reason in the games, nobody's ever seen his face. Right?
Yeah.
So that really clashes with the canon behind the character. Is
Right.
We're trying to tell a story that's outside of the games, but is still something that lives in the universe, but you have something that fundamentally changes the nature of the character and the relationship that he has with other people around him.
Yeah, like if I'm being honest, if they're ever going to do a Mass Effect series, do not make it about Shepard. That's basically what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So, same thing.
So like with that, again, there's a lot that they can do. I think that Asha Sharma has done a really good job of expanding properties from Xbox, and like the plans that she has to kind of bring it back to, the original Xbox plan and everything. What I want to see is her have her hand kind of in it a little bit more and say, we're not going to like tell the story in a way that both tells a compelling story, but also doesn't just piss off fans for the sake of pissing off fans.
Right.
Because if you lose the core audience of Halo, then you get what ends up happening with this show, where there are you have some generally good reviews, but for the most part, everybody hates it.
Yeah.
And I think you're on to something, like how Fallout is a good example of what you're saying, where it doesn't tell the exact story from the game. It's telling like a story from that universe, but it's applying those rules to the universe to the story.
Yeah, and I think it works better if it's like an RPG or there's choices at some point in there, because you're not retconning people's choices. So but I don't know.
Mike in the chat saying it reminds me of the Stallone Judge Dredd thing. Leave the helmet on, for fuck's sake. And I mean, because when you go and you see Dredd, right? They wanted him to take the helmet off, and he said, "Well, he's never taken it off in the comics, so why would I take it off in the movie?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they did a really good job of staying true to the character. I think fundamentally that's the problem that I have, is that they went and tried to do something in Halo. They tried to do something different, but they did not stay true to the character at all. It is a very different character than the character that we get in the games.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's a good point. That's the issue, is that they're not honoring who the character is.
Right. And that's always been my thing is I'm okay with you changing things as long as it's still true to the source material. You know, and that when I say Halo needs to be true to the source material, it's not the thing that I'm angry about is not, oh, he's running around without his helmet on, running around without the suit on. It's more that, again, you're changing the relationships he has with people. You're changing his motivations. You're changing the things that make Master Chief a character that all of us who have played the games love about Master Chief.
Right.
And it's like, you know, I want to see at the same time, you know, there's a lot of like human drama that's going on, which is fine again in itself, but it's almost like they're skipping over all the Covenant shit that's going on. I would like a parallel story where not only are they telling the stories of what's going on with the human side, but also how the Covenant goes from planet to planet, conquering planets and assimilating people into their collective. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of the way that they use the brutes as enforcers, that if you fall out of line, like for example, if the grunts decide that they want to revolt, that the brutes will come in and just murder everybody on a planet in the name of their religion. It's there's a lot of compelling story that is there that they're skipping over in order to tell this human drama, specifically with Master Chief, that, you know, nobody really wanted. Again, I complain about the sex scene, and it's because what good does that add to the character? Aside from, we took Master Chief's virginity. Okay, I don't care about that because it doesn't add anything to the character.
We should probably
Speak
move
for
on
yourself.
here.
Yeah, we should move on, but I mean, yeah,
We're getting really dragged down.
the whole thing with
Yes,
this, again,
I
I
agree.
can go on a lot of rants when it comes to Halo, and it's because there's an expectation I have, and they're not meeting that expectation.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay, moving on. Start sharpening your swords. Amazon has officially announced a brand new Conan the Barbarian animated series, and it's being developed by acclaimed animation creator Gendy Tartakovsky.
Ooh.
First appearing in 1932, Conan has appeared in novels, comics, films, and television adaptations. Now, Amazon is bringing the iconic Chimerian back in animated form for a new generation. Tartakovsky has built a career crafting visually stunning, action-driven stories. His work on Samurai Jack, Primal, Dexter's Laboratory, and Star Wars: The Clone Wars series. No date when Conan will take over Amazon Prime. So real quick, we were talking to Phil Lamar about Gendy Tartakovsky and his work, and how much Phil Lamar loved his work, Tartakovsky's work. Philippe, what do you think about Gendy taking over Conan?
I think he's the perfect person to take over Conan because Gendy Tartakovsky is a very good visual storyteller. I think me and Phil Lamar got into this a lot because he kind of got excited when I started talking about Gendy's work. But I love that not only can you tell a story of a samurai that goes into a cyberpunk future and kind of like works his way through demons and stuff, but that samurai doesn't have to say very much, and you still get a lot of story out of the visuals on it. The fact that the Clone Wars cartoon that Gendy Tartakovsky did damn near had no dialogue, but we still got story beats out of it. Primal is another good example of a show.
They don't speak at all.
I was going to say Primal has no dialogue whatsoever. It is just an animated story, but still tells a story. Gendy Tartakovsky is very good at telling stoic stories with very compelling protagonists that don't have to say very much. Conan in the comics is a man of few words. He talks more in the movies because Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I mean, like in the comics, he's a man of very few words.
Yeah.
And I think that Gendy Tartakovsky is a very, very, very good, not only storyteller, but director for a series based on Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think this is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna
Me
be
too.
fun.
And then also one more thing. James, it is Sumerian.
Oh,
Not,
excuse me.
Just for all. So the nerds in the comments don't. Well, Okay, maybe we do want to correct. Anyway, so we don't get our nerd cards revoked.
Yeah.
It's scenario.
And this is also where like the idea of sword and sorcery came from Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly. So it is kind of the origin of that, which
yeah,
is awesome.
Cool.
Great.
The Viltrumites are coming back. Prime Video has officially renewed the hit animated superhero series Invincible for season 6. And the announcement comes long before season 5 has even debuted. Season 5 is scheduled to arrive next year, and Robert Kirkman revealed during the Annecy International Animation Festival. Maybe we need to go to that festival.
I know. I think we need to find a way to get there.
That Jack Quaid is joining the voice cast. With season 5 on the horizon and season 6 already locked in, Prime Video clearly has a lot of confidence in Invincible.
As they should. It's one of the highest performing animated shows in history.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and it's there. Like they get to say, like, we put this out. This
right.
was ours.
You know, and they're still putting out comics. Robert Kirkman still puts out comics for this. I mean, like, this is still an ongoing thing. As long as Robert Kirkman is writing comics, they can still do this show.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And he's heavily involved, so
very, very involved.
Why not? Cool. Keep it going. Conformity Gate is back, man.
Conformity Gate is here, man.
Kind of, sort of. Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour are officially teaming up again for an untitled father-daughter spy thriller that has received a straight-to-series order from Netflix. The project comes from Jack Thorne, the co-creator of Adolescence with A24, producing alongside studio-based producer Joe Hips. I kind of like that they're coming back together. It makes me happy.
It's funny because there was an entire thing about how they didn't get along and they had to separate them on set. Like, obviously not, because I mean, they did come out and say we didn't have all these problems that people were saying we had. There was not all this animosity that was going on that people made up. Obviously, there's not, because they're going and making a movie together.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a series. This is going to be a series, so they're in it for the long haul again. So
yeah.
All right, I do have a not Hopper, not 11 opsis. Conformity Gate lives, man. Synopsis.
Not Hopper, not 11 opsis. Conformity Gate lives, man. Synopsis. Synopsis.
Is that how I sound? That's rude.
Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like.
The series is loosely inspired by Paul Warner's debut novel, A Spy in the Blood, and centers on Matt Wolf, played by Harbour, a disgraced FBI agent who has left that world behind to become a security expert. His quiet life is shattered when his estranged daughter, Rebecca, played by Brown, disappears during an FBI mission. Rebecca followed in her father's footsteps by becoming an FBI agent herself, forcing Matt back into a dangerous profession that has changed dramatically since he walked away. We will put upside down, or we will. How did I screw this one up?
What are you trying to say, James?
I don't even know. I had some upside down joke. Some upside down joke insert here when Netflix announces a release date.
This is basically FUBAR.
I was thinking that earlier. Yeah.
Like, after hearing this story, it's like, is this not FUBAR with Arnold Schwarzenegger on Netflix? I'm pretty sure this is FUBAR with Arnold Schwarzenegger on Netflix.
I know.
It's like the same exact story. He's a CIA agent and his daughter becomes a CIA agent.
And he's old school CIA type agent trying to get into like the new, spy world nowadays, kind of.
Right. I wonder if this is like FUBAR but with less comedy, because like FUBAR is still like technically an action comedy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean they have the whole element of like them together, but then he's still trying to get with his ex-wife, but she's married, and there's like that whole comedy aspect of it.
Was FUBAR on Netflix as well?
FUBAR was on Netflix. That's why I'm like, why is? I was like, this. As soon as you started going through the synopsis, I was like, this is FUBAR.
Yeah.
That's all this is FUBAR.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is also on Netflix. Just instead of David Harbour, was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that's funny.
because that was Arnold
well,
Schwarzenegger's return.
Well, I don't want to take away a story from James here. Phil, do you want to read this this last one here since it's kind of up your alley?
I was gonna let James read it, but I mean, I'll take it if James is okay with it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Absolutely. Well, let me change the screen here. Not really the screen, just the thing on the top. The world of Call of Duty is about to get a little more unpredictable. Actually, the world of Call of Duty is already a little more unpredictable. I'm halfway through this already. As part of the upcoming Season 4 Reloaded update for Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Academy Award-winning actor Nicolas Cage is officially entering the battlefield as a playable operator, which I've already unlocked. Okay. I should probably play it just so you guys can see me playing as Nicolas Cage. Launched on June 25th as part of the Season 4 Reloaded update, the Nick Cage event pass arrives during the gamer's Summer of Action event. Players can earn a variety of rewards inspired by Cage in his legendary Hollywood career. Rather than portraying one of his iconic movie characters, the game presents a heightened version of Nicolas Cage himself as a combat-ready operator in Black Ops 7. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 Season 4 Reloaded is available now. There's two versions.
This is amazing.
There's two versions of Nick Cage. And I halfway want to like take it like turn on my Xbox and put on the game just to show you guys what the characters look like, but one of them is just basically him in all black tactical gear.
Mhm.
One looks like Nick Cage, the other one looks like John Travolta.
And
Like,
that would be
based on-
oh my god, that would be so good if they did that, or if they added John Travolta halfway through the season. We're just like, all right, now you can play as Nick Cage and John Travolta. The other one, so later on, I'm about like 2 tiers from unlocking it, but there is a version of him that looks like a cross between his character in it was
Con
8mm. No, it's a cross between his character from Con Air and his character from 8mm.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Right, he's got like the red jacket on, but he's still wearing like the beat up wife beater under it, and he's got the long hair that's just like flowing out. So it's just like it's great, man. It's very Nick Cage. And again, with a lot of these game add-ons, these Call of Duty add-ons, he voiced himself in the game.
That's amazing.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of times, like you'll just hear him, like it's not anything from specifically from any movies, but like he just says like random, like I guess this is tactical shit, right?
Yeah.
So like if you're running, he'll just be like, blue team, go left. Frag out.
I love that Nick Cage has embraced being a meme this much.
I know. Well, I mean, it was the same thing with Dave Chappelle was released earlier this year.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and both versions are characters that the 2 characters he played in Half Baked.
Oh, interesting.
Right, so it's the like the drug dealer dude, right, and him as like him in the jumpsuit.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. That's fun.
And it's funny because like again, it's all like phrases from Dave Chappelle. So he'll be running by you in the game. You just be like, "Oh, thank you."
I want him to run by and go, "I smoke rocks, Joe Rogan."
That would be hella funny if he was just like, "I don't know if you noticed about me, Joe Rogan. I smoke rocks."
I smoke rocks, Joe Rogan.
Oh God, give me a manic vampire's kiss, Nick Cage. That would be amazing if they did that in the game.
Awesome. That'd be great.
Question in the chat for you guys here. Foodie question for the Sacramento people. How good is Mecha Mucho? I heard good things about it. Are the Sandos good or overhyped? Have you, James, have you been to?
I have not been to Mecha Mucho.
I haven't either. So we're going to have to go, and I'm going to have to get back to you on that, man.
Mecha
Well, I know what you
Mucho.
guys are doing after the show.
No, not tonight. Maybe sometime like this weekend.
Yeah, I don't even know where it is. Do you know where it is?
No, but I'll find it. As soon as you give me something, I'll be going.
He has ways.
Ooh, it's
He has his
sandwiches.
methods. All right. So that was it for one shots.
That's it for one shot. So let's get into this last story here. Or actually, no, James, give us our last sponsor of the show here. Or actually, Shidu, you want to give us the last sponsor here?
Sure. All right, so Distance Learning is part of the Geek Freaks Network. Discovering your latest binge, debating casting choices, or still not over that plot twist, the Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Your fandom, your community, your people, geek out your way. Check out the Geek Freaks Network at gfpods.com. Once again, that is gfpods.com.
I love that Mike in the chat said, give me Clayton Bigsby, and then they will never do Clayton Bigsby in the game. They'll never do Clayton Bigsby in the game because Clayton Bigsby is the most racist character, and you will not hear him doing that voice in that game. It's the black white supremacist character. It's a really good character.
I need to go watch the Chappelle Show.
Yeah, it's a really good character. Like Clayton Bigsby is hilarious, but I mean, at the same time, they would never Call of Duty, because there's so many kids that play that game. They would never allow that kind of like language from a character in the game. Language from kids saying it in the game is different, right? Okay. There are plenty of racist assholes that are running around in Call of Duty saying stupid shit, but I mean, close enough. They got you have a playable character that's a Nazi in the game, so I mean, there's that too.
Okay,
all right, all right. We're yeah. Moving on for this.
All right, yeah. Let's move on here. So we're gonna get into the headline, which we only have one tonight.
Ooh.
So
let's wrap it up so we can watch some Mexico and eat tacos and.
We're going to Mecha Mucho and watching the rest of the game. Exactly.
Right,
yeah. So let's get this going here. Who's Netflix going to call? Apparently not us. Netflix upcoming Ghostbusters Night Shift is shaping to be much more than another animated spin-off. This series is being built as an official part of the Ghostbusters timeline, with the goal of capturing the same mix of comedy, supernatural thrills, and heart that has made the franchise a fan favorite for decades. I actually do want to know what Se Wong's take is on this, because he's our resident Ghostbusters nerd. Set to premiere next year, Ghostbusters Night Shift takes audiences back to New York City in 1994. The story picks up 5 years after the Ghostbusters famously brought the Statue of Liberty to life in Ghostbusters 2, introducing a fresh team of paranormal investigators as a new wave of ghostly chaos sweeps through the city. Executive producer Amy Karp explained to Deadline that one question helped define the entire project from the start. She said she was struck by the question posed by the creative team: can we make an animated series that is in canon? That became the foundation. One of the biggest endorsements comes from Ghostbusters co-creator Dan Aykroyd, who serves as an executive producer on the series. Ooh. Both Netflix and Sony Pictures Animation kept encouraging the writers to stretch their imagination. They told us to go weirder. Reitman, does that mean Reitman's involved in this too? Reitman joked about the Jason Reitman joked about the philosophy behind the original film, saying, "Remember the amount of drugs the originators were on when they created this." He's talking about his dad.
That's great.
He is talking about his dad, so he knows from experience. The willingness to embrace the stranger side of Ghostbusters also extends to the horror elements. So guys, your thoughts on Ghostbusters? I love the idea of this being a new team that takes place a couple of years after the events of the second movie.
Yeah, I dig it. Like, just trying to find a way to stay as true instead of trying to reinvent the wheel of Ghostbusters and put it in the same universe. I'm all for it. I'm all for this.
Yeah.
Se Wong saying it sounds interesting from what they are saying. So I mean, it sounds like even Se Wong has some interest in it, and you know that's already a hard thing to do, is to get Se Wong interested in something. Yeah. So I like it's got a lot going for it. If Se Wong's like, I'm interested in this.
Yeah.
I really like how they said, like, is there a way? What is it? Can we make an animated series that is in canon, and that became the foundation? I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like building off what we all love about Ghostbusters and being true to that, I'm all for it. And Dan Aykroyd is like, what is he, an executive
there, yeah.
producer?
Executive
There-
producer.
there's
I'm sure
maybe
he'll do a
quite
voice
few
on it
people
too.
that were part of the original or connected to that.
Yeah,
So-
I'm sure Dan Aykroyd will actually come in and like voice himself or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And again, that will like legitimize it
Right.
for me.
Right.
So
if
I'm
you have
into it.
Dan Aykroyd come in and like, you know, come in and do that. And I'm sure you can get people to voice match some of the other characters, you know, if the original cast isn't willing to come back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I dig
I'm
it,
interested
I
in
dig
this, you know. So still no date on when Ghostbusters Night Shift will clock in for duty, but I know all of us are extremely ready for this and
Yeah.
happy.
It's Netflix. So like if they're talking about it now, it'll come out like within a year. And they'll just all of a sudden drop the trailer and boom.
Yeah.
And then it'll
Well,
be out.
Supposedly it's supposed to be coming out next year.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
there you go.
So the whole thing with this is supposedly it's supposed to be like this is something that would be coming out next year. So I'm very interested in this. I love that they're expanding on the Ghostbusters universe, like in canon universe. But like, hey, we're not unwilling to go back. Kind of how what Firefly's doing. You know, like Firefly is like, hey, we want to go and revisit these stories, but we need to go back in time to tell them, and we're going to do it with an animated series.
And that's the key. Like Masters of the Universe, what is it? Revelation, you know, G.I. Joe, Resolute, things that are like taking what we know and expanding on it versus trying to reinvent the wheel. That's what works. Was that our last story?
I think it was. I take it the firehouse was not made into a Starbucks yet. No, because they've actually turned it into a museum and people can tour it right now. It's pretty cool.
Cool. Very cool.
All right, but that was our last story for this week.
Finish this out. It's halftime.
Yeah, I know, right? So let's get this going right here, guys. Let's talk about our schedule for this week. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our schedule, Distance Nerding, the show you're watching right now from 6:30 to 8:30. All of the news, all the rumors, all the things that we talk about, all the nerdy things happening around the universe. The build or Distance Nerding interviews this week. So this week was a reschedule. We had a guest that was supposed to be on. We had to reschedule due to a scheduling conflict. Scheduling conflict being that I didn't get off of work until like 8 o'clock. Bill Bernhardt, who was the writer of the Superman Wars. He is going to be coming on the show this Thursday. It's going to be a very fun conversation. I'm very excited. I actually went back and did even more research on him, so I've got like a whole fun documentary on this whole thing. It's going to be very, very fun to do, to have this conversation. And then of course the Buzzer, our game show, when we do just like all kinds of different games from 6:30 to 8:30 on Fridays. Let's hope, Shadu, that we've got everybody to
I am
play
hoping
D&D.
yes, we need to do more.
We are
D&D.
overdue on playing some D&D, so
Yes.
hopefully we can do that. But if not, we will find something that we can do this Friday, guys. And you know, worst case scenario, it's the fourth. It's our 4th of July episode. So there we go.
Yeah, we can.
Is it on the 4th of July?
Politics.
No, 4th
That
of
would-
July
that would
Saturday.
be- no, that'd be great. We can just get everyone mad at us. That'd be good.
Exactly. That's kind of like the intention there. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to follow us on all the social media places, if it exists, we are there at Distance Nerding. You can, of course, join the taco party. Go to distancenerding.com and join the taco party. It makes it so that we can do more things and do more events and more fun things. Now, before I get into where you can email us at, Shadu, you're the only one with pluggables here. Please give us your pluggables, sir. Oh, shit.
I am.
Sorry.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay. I am at SHU Studios everywhere. For my music, it is at SHU Music, SHU Music. I talk about lore, world building, writing, pretty much everything else. Currently, the edited VODs for the Great Con for a D&D campaign are coming out on my channel. If you want to go watch those, go watch those. They need more views. I think they're pretty good, but I have a bias. So, yeah.
All right, man. Damn it, I did it again.
Oh, hey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you want to shoot us an email, we will read it live on air. All you got to do is go to distancenerding@aol.com. and we will read that email on air. You can email us anything you want, guys. You can tell us how much you enjoy the show, how much you hate the show, how much you want to make James cry but don't know what to say. How
much you love us, hate us, or want us to get off the internet.
Exactly. You wish the internet gods would just squish us under their feet with a toe ring on.
A lightning bolt from the computer.
Yeah, with a toe ring on and all the feet. And James, have you gotten that far in the book yet?
I finished the first book.
Okay, so you've gotten where the AI gets really weird about his feet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jump whenever he talks about his feet.
Yeah. Again, if you're not understanding what's going on, guys, I am 100% recommending everybody go and read or listen to Dungeon Crawler Carl. It is the most amazing book ever. I kick myself that it took me this long because the book came out in 2020. It took me this long to read it, but I'm halfway through book 4 right now. It's fucking great. I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Cool.
Right. So with all that being said, we are taking it home. Bruce, buddy, I know you're watching. It's time to go to bed, buddy.
It's time
to go to bed.
All
right. Ooh, I like that. Maurice LaMarche playing Egon.
Oh, nice.
Say Wong in the chat saying Maurice LaMarche should play Harold Ramis's character.
Oh, that's
it's pretty good actually. I think he could pull the character off. Anyways, James, take us home, man.
All right. Thanks. And Mecha Mucho has a spam sandwich. Ooh, interesting.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
Nerding together.
All right. We'll catch everybody next week. Deuces.
Yes.
Deuces.
See you
later.
Distance nerding.